One time, I was feeling hopeless. Then, a bird wearing a cowboy hat approached me and said, "Don't worry, Banjo-Kazooie will appear in Super Smash Bros. Ultimate." And guess what happened next? Other time, I was feeling desperate, cause my channel wasn't growing as much as I would love to. Then, the same bird wearing a cowboy hat caused an uproar with the Smash Bros. Fanbase and directed some of the attention to my channel, and that helped me to break the barrier of 1,000 subscribers. So I asked him, "Oh, mighty bird wearing a cowboy hat, what can I ever do to repay this favor?" And he just answered with, "Review Demon's Crest for the Super Nintendo." And as a man of my word, it's Demon's Crest time! I don't know much about this game. I know a bit about Firebrand because he was playable in Marvel vs. Capcom 3. I know he's an enemy in Ghosts and Goblins, but if I'm honest, I've never beaten this game, hence why I still managed to smile. And I also know that this game is expensive as hell. Luckily money won't be an issue, because Demon's Crest was added in the Nintendo Switch online service, so it's time for me to fulfill my promise. Demon's Crest! The story of Firebrand on his quest to recover 6 crests and defeat the demon phalanx from taking over the demon realm. It's an action platformer that follows the base standards established by many other games of the genre. Levels have a branch structure, which means that they are split in different sections and each path delivers its own set of obstacles. Firebrand is a very versatile character. His main mean of attack is spitting fireballs, but he can also stay in the air as much as he wants, cling to the walls to perform infinite wall jumps, and headbutt whatever is on the back of the screen. That versatility is what sets him apart, because he can adapt to a lot of different circumstances as the game progresses. The main objective of the game is to recover the crests and defeat Phalanx. As Firebrand recovers more crests, he's at the same time given new abilities and transformations. The game has a pseudo-free structure. You can select the specific levels to take in any order you want, and after you acquire enough crests, new areas will open that, again, those select few can be taken in whatever order you desire. This is what contributes a lot to the replayability of the levels, because of their branch structure. As you acquire new means to move on, new paths will open for you, and I like that incentive. By making good use of the skills at your disposal, you can find a lot of great rewards to give you an easier time, or more crests to open even more paths for you. If you think you're not ready for this boss, then take the alternate path through this tornado and acquire more items before trying again. Firebrand also gets some extra equipment, like talismans or spells that have different effects, or potions to heal him when he needs it. The only thing I don't like about this is that way too many abilities are redundant. The tornado breath that creates platforms becomes completely obsolete as soon as you get the transformation that lets you gain more altitude while flying. I didn't notice a single difference gameplay-wise while using the cloud breath, or the last breath you get is completely negated by the legendary gargoyle transformation you acquired before it. I would also prefer if you could instantly change between transformations without having to pause the game, like in Mega Man X. I know I can't expect this game to be perfect, and I must be prepared to face the problems many retro games have, like enemies that respawn as soon as you leave the screen, frame drops when the action gets intense, or how cryptic it can get at times. I never used a single spell in the entire game. I didn't know what the talismans did until a friend told me. I didn't realize you could buy potions till I was already 80% done with the game. Yes, I agree some of that is my fault for not experimenting enough, but it would have been great to be given a hint, you feel me? And next comes the difficulty. Demon's Crest is for the most part a fair game. Like, yes, you'll come across the problems that you'll expect from the era, but the levels tend to aim towards that great balance of challenging, but not impossible. Because of how you can tackle them in any way you desire, it's not uncommon that any route you choose will throw you all kinds of different means to stop you. Checkpoints tend to be plentiful and forgiving, enemies are varied, and rarely do they come off as truly annoying. Except for the bats. Of course, this doesn't apply to all the levels, because nothing is stopping you from finding a way to break the game in half, thanks to all the great things Firebrand can do. The only thing I didn't like at all, and I can't believe I'm gonna say it, were the boss battles. They are always my favorite part in any game, but I really didn't like them here. Yes, there were good ones, I'll admit that, but the grand majority of them were unnecessarily frustrating. Bosses that have unpredictable patterns, attacks that are next to impossible to dodge. It doesn't help that Firebrand moves really slow in comparison to them. I hated so much this wolf fight. It embodied all the problems I had with this game. And just when I thought it couldn't get any worse, here comes the real final boss. And then comes the secret boss. This is the prime example of making a fight impossible, just for the sake of making it impossible. But this game didn't count of how stubborn I can be. So many ginsengs drank, so much rage, and in the end I persevered. And as I watched that ending I thought to myself, this game is alright. Okay, I'm kidding. I don't want to give the wrong idea. I like this game and I enjoyed myself. But in no way is this one of the best I've ever played on the SNES. Maybe I expected too much because of its price? Well, not really. The price doesn't reflect quality. For example, this is one of the most expensive NES games. Demon's Crest is a good game, but it didn't exactly have the qualities for me to consider it one of my favorites. When it comes to platformers, I prefer them to be fast and full of excitement. This is a slow-paced game that asks the player for a more meticulous approach. That doesn't make it bad, mind you, and that doesn't mean I can't appreciate the many things it does right. I really enjoy its focus on exploration, the pseudo-liberty on progressing however you want, and making Firebrand a better character as the game progresses. And I can't stress enough how marvelous this game looks even to this day. You can say it's a given at this point, but 2D sprites will never cease to amaze me. I love the macabre atmosphere, the highly detailed monsters, how much quality there is in the animations. I fully enjoy that every level is very different from the last, and how just going to a different path leads you to a unique setting. And I still find these kinds of overworld maps impressive considering the native console. The soundtrack is creepy and haunting, perfect for this game's theme, and the sound effects have that classic crunching feeling that gives a lot of satisfaction. And to tie in with its structure, there's multiple endings. I want to experience every game I play as much as I can, so that knowledge was a good motivator to squeeze an extra out of it. It pushes you to keep trying and finding whatever it is you missed. While Demon's Crest didn't exactly become a top-tier game in my eyes, I'm so sorry, bird with the cowboy hat, I can still see why it has a cult following, and why so many people hold it in high regards. I mean, yeah, it didn't click with me as much as I would have liked. Pero... does Demon's Crest still holds up to today's standards? That's a strong yes! Do I recommend you to play it? Absolutely! Just because it didn't blow me away doesn't mean it can't do it for you. Maybe you'll see something that I don't. And don't hold back because of this. Remember, you can have easy access to it outside of emulation thanks to the Switch's online service, but you can also try the 3DS or the Wii U's virtual consoles. That is, implying anyone still owns a Wii U.